Good morning, everyone. We request everyone outside the auditorium to kindly join us. All the students and the faculty are invited to join the auditorium as we will be beginning shortly.
I request everyone to kindly settle down. We'll be starting shortly.
Greetings to you all. I'll take this opportunity to wish all of you a pleasant morning and a happy Teachers' Day. What a beautiful day this is as we gather here to celebrate not just any event, but a day that honors the very essence of what makes IIT BHU a beacon of excellence, our Research and Innovation Day. And how fitting it is that we mark this celebration on Teachers' Day, a day dedicated to the mentors who shape our minds and inspire our hearts. Today is not just about recognizing outstanding research or innovation, it's about celebrating the spirit of curiosity, the drive for discovery and the relentless pursuit of knowledge that defines our community. We are about to embark on a journey through ideas and breakthroughs that tells the story of how incredible work is being done here at our institute.
But before we dive into the heart of today's event, let's begin by invoking the divine. I invite you all to rise for the lighting of the ceremonial lamp, a symbol of knowledge and enlightenment, followed by our cherished Kulgeet, the anthem that binds us together in the shared pursuit of greatness. For the lamp lighting ceremony, I would like to invite the dignitaries on the dais. Our chief guest, Professor Rajeev Sangal. Our distinguished guest of honor, Professor Vidyasagar M. Our Honorable Director, Professor Amit Patra. Dean of Research and Development, Professor Vikas Kumar Dubey. Associate Dean, Research and Development, Professor Santosh Kumar Singh. Please join me in welcoming them to the stage with a warm round of applause. We request you to refrain from clapping after the Kulgeet.
We request our honorable dignitaries to kindly felicitate the great leader and teacher Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan and our founder Madan Mohan Malviya ji. We shall now proceed with the Colgate. We request you not to clap after the completion of the Colgate. Thank you.
मधुर मनोहर अतीव सुंदर यह सर्व विद्या की राजधानी राजधानी मधुर मनोहर अतीव सुंदर यह सर्व विद्या की राजधानी राजधानी यह तीनों लोकों से न्यारी काशी सुज्ञान धर्म और सत्य राशि बसी है गंगा के रम्य तट पर यह सर्व विद्या की राजधानी राजधानी मधुर मनोहर अतीव सुंदर यह सर्व विद्या की राजधानी राजधानी नए नहीं है ये ईंट पत्थर है विश्वकर्मा का कार्य सुंदर रचे हैं विद्या के भव्य मंदिर यह सर्वश्रेष्ठी की राजधानी राजधानी मधुर मनोहर अतीव सुंदर यह सर्व विद्या की राजधानी राजधानी यहाँ की है ये पवित्र शिक्षा कि सत्य पहले फिर आत्मरक्षा बिके हरिश्चंद्र थे यहीं पर यह सत्य शिक्षा की राजधानी राजधानी मधुर मनोहर अतीव सुंदर यह सर्व विद्या की राजधानी राजधानी यह मालवीय जी की देशभक्ति यह उनका साहस यह उनकी शक्ति प्रकट हुई है नवीन होकर यह कर्मवीरों की राजधानी राजधानी मधुर मनोहर अतीव सुंदर यह सर्व विद्या की राजधानी राजधानी मधुर मनोहर अतीव सुंदर यह सर्व विद्या की राजधानी राजधानी
Thank you, everyone. Now, we have the honor of felicitating our distinguished guests who have graced this occasion with their presence and support. I request the Honorable Director to felicitate our chief guest, Professor Rajeev Sangal.
Thank you, sir. Now I request the Honorable Director to felicitate our guest of honor, Professor Vidyasagar M.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request Professor Vikas Kumar Dubey, Dean of Research and Development, to felicitate our Honorable Director, Professor Amit Patra.
Let's give them all a warm round of applause as a token of appreciation.
Thank you, everyone. To set the tone for today's event, I now invite Professor Vikas Kumar Dubey, our Dean of Research and Development, to deliver the opening remarks and provide an overview of the R&D activities at our institute. Please welcome Professor Dubey with a round of applause.
Yeah, respected Professor Rajeev Sangal sir, chief guest of today's event, Professor Vidyasagar, guest of honor, our Honorable Director, Professor Amit Patra, my colleague and friend in R&D section, Professor Santosh Kumar Singh, officers of IIT BHU, faculty members, my friends, colleagues, media person, students, and today's special attention, awardees of Best Teacher Award 2023 and 24. I welcome everyone to this Research and Innovation Day of IIT BHU Varanasi. Coincidentally, this event is also organized on the day of Teachers' Day, and we all know Teachers' Day is celebrated as birth anniversary of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, and he was great teacher and philosopher, and also our first vice president and second president. And we all know he was also vice chancellor of Banaras Hindu University. So we all are very fortunate that we are celebrating this Teachers' Day event at IIT BHU and BHU campus. This is very special occasion, and we all know the Teachers' Day function is an event where we celebrate hard work and dedication of our faculty members. So I congratulate our faculty members, entire IIT fraternity who has worked very hard over the years, which is evident from our improved ranking in NIRF. We all know that now we are in league of 10 best engineering institutions of India. And this is something that we must celebrate, and this is the occasion we celebrate once again how everyone has contributed and everyone has worked very hard over the years to reach this milestone. I have been talking to faculty members, and general belief among faculty members that this is not the best position we deserve, and actually we should target at least best among best engineering colleges, our position should be 7th or 8th. So also take the pledge that we continue working very hard, and days to come in next couple of years, we will definitely achieve NIRF ranking 7th or 8th in engineering category. We have consistently improved our ranking in QS World Ranking also, and QS World Ranking 2025 that was released in June 2024, our global rank was 531, and I'm also very proud to mention that if you see citation per faculty, our global ranking was 48, which is something remarkable and we must celebrate. If we see citation per faculty, in India our rank is 5th, and only top institutions, including Indian Institute of Science, is above us. So this shows how our faculty members have worked very hard over the years, and I congratulate everyone. IIT BHU is, although newer IIT, but it's not a new institute. We have heritage of 100 years. We all talk about making our institution great. We work very hard, and I'm very happy to talk how our institute is doing in terms of R&D. Currently, we have 475 ongoing research project, sponsored research project of total value of 230 crores. And I'm also happy to say that this year, in 2024, in last 8 months, we have got close to 100 new projects of total value of 88 crores. And additionally, we have 20 more projects where projects are sanctioned and fund release is pending, which is again around 20 crores. So this shows that almost every third faculty in average have got a project this year. So this is something we must celebrate at the occasion of this Teachers' Day. I'm also very proud and happy to mention that we are not only working on research projects, we are working very closely with industries, and currently we have close to 1,300 consultancy. Of course, some are smaller in size and some are bigger in size. So we work very closely with industries. We try to solve industries' problem. Another thing I would like to highlight today, that we have worked very hard to get patents and IPR. We have made rapid publication and rapid examination. This year also, Honorable Director Sir has approved large number of rapid publication, rapid examination, and that made average time for getting patent very short. So I'm also happy to say that while 2021 we had only 2 awarded patents, it increased to 27 in 2022, and subsequent year 2023 it's 44, and this year in 8 months we have 66 awarded patents. We have large number of patents filed. Today's occasion, afternoon, our Honorable Director is felicitating people who have got patents awarded in last 1 year, and I hope that this initiative will further encourage people to work hard and file their patents, etc. We are also trying to improve our infrastructure. We are working some mega projects. Very recently, we have signed a MOU with National Mission of Clean Ganga. We have signed MOU with Varanasi Development Authority. So we work very closely with VDA for local issues. we are trying to strengthen our various infrastructure and our Honorable Director sir is very deeply involved in these activities. We are trying to ensure that our CIF gets better and functional. We are trying to enrich our precision engineering hub, supercomputing facility. We have ISRO Regional Academic Center and of course IDAPT Hub Foundation, etc. So now as we are moving towards goal of Viksit Bharat and we are talking about Viksit Bharat by 2047, it's not possible unless our educational institutes participate and we try to make India as knowledge economy. And when we talk about knowledge economy, our importance, we are very important, the faculty members are very important, higher education institutes are very important. And we must work very hard to get our IPR. We need to work research problems that can have very high impact research outcome, globally cited publications and so on. We also need to work very hard to monetize our patents, not only get patents, but we try to monetize it. And apart from that, when we move forward, we need to improve our infrastructure, and our director sir is very deeply involved in ensuring that our infrastructures are better and that equips our faculty members to do better research. So with these short words, I am already exceeding my time. I congratulate all awardees, those who have got Best Teacher Award in 2023 and 2024. And I would like to say that you made us proud, and this is very special occasion where we are honoring you. And I congratulate everyone, and I congratulate the Best Teacher Awardee, and I welcome everyone who have participated today. And I look forward for a very successful event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating address. Now, the moment we've all been eagerly waiting for, the announcement of the Best Teachers Awards. I now hand over the charge to Professor Vikash Kumar Dubey, Dean of Faculty Affairs in charge, to announce the awards. And I request our chief guest of honor, and Honorable Director to present the awards.
In order to recognize teaching, research and outcome activities, Institute gives Best Teacher Award to selected faculty members every year. Now I am announcing Best Teacher Award for 2023 in different categories. In UG first year category, Rakesh Kumar Singh from Department of Physics is selected as Best Teacher. I request him to please come on dais and take his certificates. In PG category, Dr. Arnav Sarkar, Department of Mechanical Engineering, is just as Best Teacher. I invite him to come on dais and take his certificates. UG Science and Humanities, Dr. Avni Singh Parmar is judged as Best Faculty from Department of Physics. I invite him to take his certificates and citations. UG Engineering, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Mahato from Biomedical Engineering is judged as Best Teacher 2023. I invite him to take his certificates and citation. For 2024 UG first year category, Dr. Abhishek Suresh Doble from School of Biochemical Engineering is judged as best faculty. I invite him to take his certificates and citation. In postgraduate category 2024, I invite Professor Arnav Sarkar once again from Department of Mechanical Engineering to take his certificates and citations. In UG engineering category, in 2024, Best Teacher Award goes to Professor Rajeev Kumar Singh from Department of Electrical Engineering. I invite him to come to the dais and take his awards and citation. On behalf of Institute, I once again congratulate all Best Teacher awardees for 2023 and 2024. Thank you.
We congratulate all the awardees and are grateful for their contributions. Now, it is my privilege to invite the Honorable Director of IIT BHU, Professor Amit Patra, to address us. His leadership has been instrumental in advancing research and innovation at our institute. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Good morning and happy Teachers' Day to all of you. Whether you are professionally a teacher or not, all of us have a little bit of teacher within us. In fact, we say that, our parents are our first teachers. And everybody, someday or other, often becomes a parent and has to follow I think it will stay. Okay. The natural requirement of teaching the children and making them grow. And why Teachers' Day is actually celebrated a little bit more in favor of it's good for us, those who are in the teaching profession, because we actually have a bigger responsibility. So before I start talking, I have not yet greeted some of the teachers. In fact, Professor Rajeev Sangal, Professor Vidyasagar were one of the top teachers in our country. And in fact, Professor Vidyasagar was also a teacher abroad. And, so that is one of the reasons, we thought that we would be glad to have their presence as our chief guest and guest of honor. And also other professors on the stage, and all the students I think many of them will become future teachers, if not already acting as a teacher and mentor to their juniors. So it's a good day for patting our own backs. So that is why I felt that instead of patting our backs, we should try to tell ourselves what we are doing. Are we really doing anything good for us, for our department, our institute, our country and for the humanity? I think these are very, very tall questions. We all have to think quite a lot to answer these questions. And if we really want to answer all these questions and then start doing work, we'll probably never get started. So we start in our own ways by following, again, our teachers, our idols, and we see how they have succeeded. And sometimes what happens with change of times, we may find that something which our teachers did, we may have to do more than that. In fact, let me just recall some of the thoughts of research. In India, both pre-independence and post-independence, initially, there was a need for manpower for running our factories, for making us self-reliant. And all these IITs were set up, and many other engineering colleges which happened to be already there, like Roorkee Engineering College and Bengal Engineering College, Gindi Engineering College, few of them. So they all were actually generating undergraduate, having strong undergraduate programs. And the students did very well. In fact, they were selected very carefully, like the cream of the country, and then they were taught by some of the top people both in the country, and sometimes in the initial stages people came from abroad and were teachers in those IITs. And IITs, they did quite well. But when it came to research, that came much later. In fact, most IITs, started research only in the 70s, although they were set up in 50s and 60s. And then, everybody had their own, timeline, and it was also not so consciously done. But only around 90s, when we had the globalization and, everybody we all got exposed to where we really stand, we found that most of our research programs are not very strong. And there is a conscious decision both at the institute levels and at the government level that now we must increase our research capability. So the first thing that came to people's mind is to increase the students, increase the number of PhD students particularly. And most IITs, they started their ramping up of the PhD students to the extent that many of them have already achieved a 50-50 distribution of undergraduate and postgraduate students. So I think that is a very good indication. And also you will find that these are the institutes which are almost being ranked within the top 100 globally. So especially some of their departments, let us say you take IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, Madras, Kharagpur. If you go by the subject-wise ranking, you will find many of those departments, those disciplines basically, are already within top 100. And as you know, ranking is also a perception-based factor. So potentially this ranking could be even better. In fact, some of the departments have ranks below 50 also, particularly in IIT Bombay and Delhi. So if we look at their student composition, the amount of time and effort that goes into the research program, we will see that they give a much bigger emphasis on that. And of course the overall teacher-student ratio also helps, because if the teacher-student ratio is like what we have in IIT BHU, almost 1:30, if not worse, then teachers' primary responsibility still remains teaching, and it becomes difficult to put in that much of effort. So now I come back to the good point about IIT BHU. So despite that, we are doing so well in citation count and overall research output. So we have the potential, and if we can get more, if we can involve more PhD students, for example, right now we have just about 1,000 students out of 9,000 roughly who are PhD students. So I think this number has to increase. This number has to increase to something like at least 3,000. And faculty strength also needs to increase. And of course 1:10 is a great idea, but none of the IITs are able to go anywhere close to that. But at least 1:15 is a good number, which Madras, Bombay, Delhi, all of them are having. And that is where, they are gaining in their, ranking. Of course, personally speaking, I would not say ranking is everything, but ranking is something. And it gives us an indication. Even if you forget about where you are positioned within the rank, if we can say that, we are doing better and better every year, we are actually marching towards excellence. So instead of competing with others, let us competing with ourselves, like what we did last year, let us do better this year. And that is how we will actually be able to march ahead without any bitterness, without any, frustration or anything. Because eventually our target is to do the best that we can. And nobody can make us do better than what we are capable of, right? And we should be satisfied with that. But we should not be complacent by not trying. So we have to try hard and try our best, and let us see what we can achieve by working together. And some of those points I've already addressed in some points at some meetings earlier, but let me reiterate it today in this, that we should be very ambitious. We should not be staying within our shells. We should go out, we talk to our colleagues within the department, outside the institute, outside the country, and try to get the best possible solutions to the various problems that are coming our ways, problems of national importance, industrial importance, international importance. We should keep our eyes open and look for the problems which are worth solving, rather than solving problems which we think we are capable of solving. I think we are capable of much more, especially if we extend our team, if we make a team of interdisciplinary people from different universities, different institutions, and this is where we will march ahead. And when we are going to do that, the first thing that we all know that BHU, in fact this particular auditorium belongs to BHU, so BHU is with us, and we must take advantage of that, and they are also willing, and we are already doing a lot of collaborations with BHU departments, especially the IMS. So to formalize this, we are going to have an MOU with BHU in the afternoon today, where we are going to sign 3 MOUs, one on the usage of libraries, another is on the usage of scientific instruments of each other, and the third one will be an overall research collaboration agreement, research collaboration MOU. And with these actually we are sort of, as they say, charity begins at home. So we'll start our first, outreach to BHU, who are co-located, and then together we'll actually go elsewhere, go to the whole world and strengthen ourselves and do the best for the institute, for our department, for ourselves of course, and also for the country. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful remarks. It is a true honor to introduce Professor Vidyasagar M, a pioneering force in engineering and interdisciplinary research. A distinguished professor at IIT Hyderabad, Professor Vidyasagar has masterfully combined control theory with the realms of biology and healthcare, pushing the boundaries of computational medicine. His remarkable contributions have rightly earned him a fellowship at the Royal Society, placing him among the world's most esteemed scientists. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Professor Vidyasagar.
Good morning, friends. Friends on the dais, friends in the audience. I'm slightly unwell today, so I'll be speaking at a bit low stage. I hope the microphone will make up for any deficiencies in my delivery. So, when I think of IIT BHU, I think of it as a new IIT but an old IT. It has been a technical institution for many, many years, but received the IIT status, I think in 2012 or something of that kind, right? So in some sense it's very different from the new IITs that came in 2009, like Hyderabad, Jodhpur and so on. which were greenfield projects. This was actually an existing institution that was further enhanced. So you had a very good foundation on which to build. That's a good thing. I'm not really surprised that your NIRF ranking is in the top 10 in the engineering school. The citations per faculty, you said you were number 38? 48. Well, I'll tell you something very interesting. Practically all the IITs are like that, in the sense that the citations per faculty are very high. So how is this not reflected in their global rankings? Okay, and the reason is very simply that the rankings are based on a bunch of parameters that are not truly relevant to the Indian context. Okay. Now, if you make a statement like that, people say, well, you're just sour grape, you're complaining because you didn't do well in the ranking. But that's not true. Let me explain why I think the ranking system is not very relevant to India. For example, one of the parameters is external funding. Okay? Now, in the US, and Amit mentioned that I was teaching abroad for several decades, in the US, you only get paid 9 months' salary. The remaining 3 months, you have to generate your own funding if you want to get the summer salary. So that means everybody gets a whole lot of research grants, but really, all they get for the grants is their own salary. So when I was teaching at the University of Texas at Dallas, my first $150,000 in research grants got me nothing. It just got me my summer salary, that's it. So the quantum of research is not a good indicator of the quantum of research activity. I'm sorry, quantum of research funding is not a good indicator of the quantum of research activity. All of us in India get 12 months salary, and whereas abroad they don't. The other interesting point is, many people overseas, they get their funding from the professor's research grants, but we have a lot of MHRD fellowship, not called Minister of Education fellowship. So our expenditure looks low. Third one is, how many foreign students are enrolled here? Now to me, this is a bit of a mirage. Okay, India has a huge number of foreign students, a huge number of bright students. So our focus shouldn't be so much on attracting foreign students to India, but retaining the best students that we have from going abroad for higher studies. But unfortunately, there is no criterion for that. So the point I would like to make is that a high ranking should be the outcome of achieving research excellence. It should not be the other way around, where you forget about research excellence and focus only on high ranking, and you try to play all kinds of games to improve your rankings. This is happening now, and I don't particularly like it, because I guess I'm an old man, so my patience is tending to get a bit thin. But I think that instead of focusing on these international rankings, which aren't necessarily geared towards the way in which things are done in India, we should have our own system. NIRF partially addresses this, except that NIRF is purely a perception-based rating. It's not quantitative. So ideally we should have some sort of a system which is kind of like NIRF, but much more quantitative input should be given. I do find the present dispensation to be a little bit hung up on rankings, if I may put it that way. This is why I made the comment that excellence should drive high rankings. Don't chase high ranking while neglecting excellence. This is, I'm afraid, is happening now. So some of the administrators, like your director, they're in a position of power. I hope they'll be able to convey some of these things to the government to focus on the things that are truly important and not be overly hung up on rankings per se. So how are Indians actually doing? If you take about what I said, so are we anywhere in the top 100, top 200, something like that? My own, what I'll call back of the envelope calculations are that if you normalize for a lot of these factors that I mentioned, like the fact that we don't need 12 months, we get 12 months salary, whereas in the USA they don't, and things like that, all of our rankings would be at least 100 points higher, maybe even 200 points higher. So I think that this is what we need to persuade the government, that we must make this case an international forum. You see, a confident country says, well, I may be doing badly in your rating system, but that's because the system is bad. But a non-confident country becomes very defensive and says, oh, we have to start doing better and improve our rankings within this flawed system of ranking. This is what we are doing now, and I don't think it's a very good thing. So with those comments, I'll stop, and maybe some action, some homework for you when you next meet the minister. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful words.
Now, with immense delight, I would introduce our chief guest, a visionary in natural language processing and artificial intelligence, Professor Rajeev Sangal. Professor Sangal has set global standards in his field and led two premier institutes in India, IIT Hyderabad, where he founded the Language Technologies Research Center, and IIT BHU as its director. His integration of human values into technical education has profoundly impacted academia. Please join me in welcoming Professor Rajeev Sangal.
Happy to be back here. Great to meet all of you. Thanks to Professor Patra. Also want to mention that Professor Vidyasagar is one who has been our inspiration, my generation. For his scholarly work, first-rate research, and, if I may add, forthright views. Today he was very mild. As a faculty member, there are three roles. Role as a researcher, role as a teacher, and role as a mentor. I will differentiate between the second two. Research is exciting, teaching is satisfying. We are meeting on the occasion of Teachers' Day, so I will emphasize teaching in this, and afternoon I'll talk more on research. Feynman, the Nobel laureate, when he was asked towards the end of his life, what was it that was most satisfying to you? Your Nobel Prize, your rankings, or something else? You know what he said? He thought for a minute. Then he said, it is teaching the students and his Feynman lectures. Teacher is in the most important role, and he is a sage on the stage. Whether we like it or not, whether students laugh at us, make fun of us, they copy us. Remember, the students copy their teachers. Unknowingly, sometimes knowingly. This places a great responsibility on us, because they will copy our behavior, they will copy our conduct. when they go and look back a few years after graduation, you see what they recall. They recall the qualities of their teachers. So this places a great responsibility on us. When I say teaching, education, actually I mean holistic education. Education of the subject and education for life. Education of our subject in higher education system, of course, that is required, that is expected. But educating for life is equally important, and if I may add so, the crisis that is prevailing in higher education across the country and across the world is because we have neglected education for life. Education that relates to our living, our conduct, our behavior, our thoughts. So it places a greater responsibility in our teaching a class, teaching a large group. I want to talk a little bit about mentorship. As a mentor of our PhD students or MTech students or anybody who is doing a project with us, we are not a sage on the stage, we are a guide on the side. There, our relationship is much deeper. We guide the students, we don't solve the problems for him or her. We see where he is heading, what problems he is facing, and provide subtle guidance so that he solves the problem himself or herself. So the two roles, sage on the stage and guide on the side, both the roles come on us as teachers. As a guide, the students take our way of analyzing problems, our way of looking at unstructured problems, and hopefully this becomes a habit. So when they face any situation in life, when they face new problems, as a habit, they learn to analyze, they learn to have patience, they learn to have perseverance. Problems don't get solved only by analysis. It is analysis with persistence. One has to keep at it, and that is what allows us to develop. So this role, third role of mentorship, is extremely important. And there are structured ways by which this gets done. Structured ways means there are in the curriculum, in the institute, there are ways, there are laboratories, there are thesis credits, there are project credits, and MTech as well, not just PhD students, MTech students do thesis. So these are all the ways by which there is an opportunity to mentor them. One aspect gets missed, mentoring about life. And with that thought, particularly when the classes get large, the teacher becomes a sage on the stage and not a guide on the side. That closer contact that is needed gets missed. So what could be done? So there was an attempt to build in mentoring of students about life. So the human values course, it was designed with that point of view, which has spread in many places. But not everybody understands what is behind it. It provides a platform for discussion. It's not through lecturing. And this was purposely designed as in a mentoring fashion, mentoring about life. And do it once for the incoming batch so they get connected with you. Because all learning takes place because of the bond between the teacher and the student. And if I can add, all research takes place because of that. The question that comes, it is stated in various ways. The question that was asked in Buddhism of Buddha, what is the difference between Buddha and Bodh? Bodh means to attain wisdom. Buddha means a guide, a mentor, teacher, with whom, under whom I attain Bodh. So Bodh is the goal, and the starting point has to be Buddha, where you are a teacher to the student. So I hope you will understand the responsibility of your role, of our role, why should I say your role, all our roles, and enlarge our vision. And once we do that, it will affect our research profoundly. It will make our students work for the goal that Professor Vidyasagar mentioned, that real goal of research, make an impact, solve problems of society, break new frontiers in knowledge. These are the goals of research. And once we have the right mentorship together with teaching, then our research will fly, and you will all be inspiring students in unprecedented ways. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. As we conclude the inaugural session, I request the Associate Dean of Research and Development, Professor Santosh Kumar Singh, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Honorable Chief Guest of the event, Professor Rajeev Sangal ji, respected guest of honor, Professor Vidyasagar sir, Director IIT BHU, Professor Amit Patra sir, Dean R&D, Professor Vikas Dubey, dear colleagues, officers, participants and students. First of all, a very happy Teachers' Day to all. On behalf of the organizing team, it is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks. I would like to thank our distinguished guests for sparing their valuable time to grace this occasion and motivate us. Few of their thoughts are really enlightening for us. Understanding the importance of NIRF ranking for future growth of the institute, and teaching that leads to satisfaction. I think both of these points are quite interesting and important for us to keep it on our mind. I would like to thank our esteemed director who throughout supported us in planning and executing this event. Sir, your encouragement is highly commendable for us, and that has helped us at different levels. My thanks to all the participants and colleagues who have provided their useful inputs for organizing this event. I am thankful to our Dean R&D for planning and organizing this event. I am also thankful to all the members of the organizing team, which include Dr. N.S. Rajput, Dr. Hari Prabhat Gupta, Dr. Pranjal Chandra, Dr. Sumit Singh, Dr. Indra Kumar Singh, Dr. Shyam Kamal, Dr. Sanjay Singh, and Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Besides our TLC team, student volunteers and supporting staff, they have helped us a lot. Finally, my thanks to all the media persons for capturing this event. We wish this event to be a great success. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now, I invite everyone to rise for the national anthem, a moment to reflect on our shared pride and commitment to our nation. After the national anthem is done, we request everyone to refrain from clapping and stay seated.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविण उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय भारत माता की भारत माता की वंदे 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 मातरम।
Now, I invite our chief guest, guest of honor, honorable director and other dignitaries along with the best teacher awardees to join us on stage for a group photograph to commemorate this special occasion.
We now proceed to the inauguration of the poster pavilion by our chief guest, Professor Rajeev Sangal, guest of honor, Professor Vidyasagar, and our honorable director, Professor Patra. This pavilion showcases an impressive array of research posters and models from our talented students and faculty. Let's head towards the pavilion for the inauguration. After the inauguration, I request all the guests to join us for the high tea. Please note that the parallel sessions will be in full swing. We have over 90 posters and 20 model presentations that showcase the innovative research being conducted at IIT BHU. Please take your time and explore these presentations and engage with the participants. We will reconvene at 2:30 for the MOU signing ceremony between BHU and IIT BHU. Thank you. Please also note that the lunch break will be from 1:30 to 2:30.